What's going on, YouTubers, Mopar people? This is Mopar Man 1978. I'm out here on a nice, cool morning. Finally. Anyway, wanted to talk about a topic lately. Everybody's been talking about pistons lately, about flipping them around, whole 9 yards. Last night on the UTG live chat with Dallas, I brought up a subject that I had read online years ago that I hadn't really seen much more of in recent years about, but basically what I was talking about was, here, let me set this piston down here and I'll show you. The article basically stated that they had taken right here, it wasn't up here, it was about in the middle or maybe a little bit down here further. They drilled a hole right through the piston, right down below, between the pin and the crown, what I call the crown, the top of the, like the king's crown, the crown here. It was like right here or right in the middle, directly in the middle, one on each side. And I don't know if the article really talked about anything having to do with shaving weight off the piston, because I think Dallas and Tony were kind of might got a little confused from my message that I sent in on the live chat. But I do know that you know, you go buy a digital scale, like a kitchen scale from Walmart and whatnot, and you click on it, and like when you got your piston on there, you can, with all this other stuff off, you know, you can go ahead and measure how much the piston by itself weighs, and then do all the other ones. And if you have one that's lighter than the rest, then you go ahead and take the rest and you find the thickest parts of the piston, and you grind a little material off here and there and reweigh the piston to make sure all the pistons are the same weight. It's a poor man's way of what you call balancing and blueprinting your engine. And once you get done with the piston, you can make a homemade device. You don't have to have a special device, as long as you're having like a thick dowel come over off of a board or something that holds this end up while this end lays on the digital scale. You can find out how much this end weighs and compare it to the other piston rods, and then you can flip it over, and then you can weigh this side, see how much this side weighs compared to the rest of them, and then match them up to where they all weigh the same and they're all balanced. Once they get then that way you'll have the piston balanced, you'll have the rods balanced, you do all that. Well, anyway, this video that I'm doing today, and down the road when I go to put my 360 together, I know there's been other videos posted out there on how to save yourself some money and weigh the pistons and weigh the rods and all that stuff yourself, but I'll go ahead and do one anyway for anybody who wants to see it. Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, this video was focused on, the article had drilled a hole here and on the other side, and then they kind of beveled it out to kind of clean it up around the edges a little bit, so it doesn't look like it's just somebody just drilled a random hole into it. Anyway, they said that when the piston's going up and down, especially on the downstroke, they say the piston might want to do a little bit of this. Well, supposedly what it does is, when it comes down, you got air coming up, and the air gets forced in the piston side, the hollow part of the piston here, and what it does is it shoots air, compressed air, out that little hole on each side of the piston up against the cylinder wall, acting like a shock absorber to help so the piston's not doing any of this supposedly, because I don't know if the piston even does any of this rocking back and forth when it goes down the entire cylinder. I was kind of under the impression it might do a little bit of this as it gets to the top, maybe a little bit. I don't. Anyway, they said it shoots according to their theory. Theory is always an educated guess. Like I said, it shoots the compressed air out, or somewhat compressed air out towards the cylinder to help keep the skirting from rocking back and forth as it travels down the cylinder, and vice versa. If it's going up, it might push air through there to keep it balanced from moving side to side. I don't know. That's what I was wanting to mention, since everybody was on the subject of different piston variations and different things, you know, little tricks that people have tried to play over the years on getting their engine to perform better. Maybe it's total BS, maybe there's some truth to it. But if somebody can let Tony or Dallas know on this video, because I wanted to explain to them what I was trying to say in the chat, even though there's only a limited amount of space that they allow you to type in the comment section during the live chat. Anyway, like I said, when I read the article, there was a hole drilled right here. I don't think it was any further up, because I think the further up you go, you take a chance on cracking the piston. But it was right about here. But anyway, as you can see, I got these stock 360 heads that I'm not going to be using. I'm trying to sell those. Supposedly I might have somebody interested in them. They just have small stock valves from the factory. But I did go through this. This 360 used to be in my pickup truck when I bought it. It was a high mileage, wore out 360. When I did have the heads off and it was still running, I went ahead and cleaned up the bowls and gasket matched the ports and had the heads inspected and all that stuff. But anyway, there's my 360 block for anybody that might possibly think I was just BSing on the deal that I've got a 360 I'm going to be building. Of course, this is the passenger side, so I couldn't show you any of the serial numbers, the casting numbers on the other side, but this is a good block. I think it's like a block from the late 70s, I think, and it looks like it might have standard bore. I don't know. It doesn't matter, because whatever size it is, it's going to be taking one notch up from whatever it measures out to be at the machine shop once I get all this done. But anyway, I just wanted to cover the whole piston thing that I was trying to explain in the live chat. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video.